Hi Lincoln friends, this is Mrs. West and I still miss you. We've got to be honest. Some days have been hard. Being with our family every day, all the time. Have you ever had any thoughts like this? She's getting on my nerves. I miss my school. I miss my friends. This is how my 5th grade year ends. I'm bored. Well, take 3 deep breaths. Get a piece of paper and a pencil and maybe even find a place by yourself somewhere. And we're going to offer some fun and creative activities when we come back. We're back. We've got our pencil and our piece of paper and we're ready to make a squiggle drawing. Let me show you how to make a squiggle drawing. So put your pencil on your paper and you're going to close your eyes and you're going to make squiggles. We're going to count to 10. And when I say stop, you stop drawing. Okay? Ready, set, draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. Connect that line. Okay. Now we're going to see if we can figure out, does it look like anything in particular? Do you see anything in that picture?
I see a bunch of circles.
See a bunch of circles. I see like an elephant. I see an elephant's trunk and I see his big ears and maybe his feet. If we turn it this way, do you see anything else in that picture? Well, let me show you an example of one that we did before. You can color these squiggle drawings once you figure out if you see something in this picture. So this is a squiggle drawing we did earlier. And one of the first things we saw was a cowboy boot. We saw a shape of a boot, and so we colored that section of the squiggle drawing. We also saw a different picture. We saw 2 pictures in one, so we decided that it also looked like an angel. And we added a halo, and we added some hair and some eyes. You can add things to your squiggle drawing once you find the picture inside the squiggles. Now, maybe you can't find a picture in your squiggles. Maybe you can just color the individual sections different colors and it becomes an abstract drawing. That means it has no definite shape or defined look. So we call that abstract. Well, what if you don't have crayons at home? No problem. You can use other shapes to fill in each section. You can fill it in with squares. You could fill it in with triangles. You could even use numbers to fill in that particular section so it looks different from the other ones. This is an activity that you can build on over a couple of days, and we're going to turn it into a writing activity. Take a look. This is a squiggle drawing that we did, and it looked like a jellyfish to us. So we colored it, and we gave it a title. You remember what titles begin with, right? Yeah, a capital letter. So we started our title with a capital letter, and then we put a sentence with it. And you remember, sentences always start with a capital letter and end with punctuation. Read with me. The purple jellyfish swims quietly through the water. Do you see any nouns in that sentence? You remember a noun is a person, place, or thing. Do you see any nouns? Yeah, there's one. There's 2. Here's the first one. Can you find the second one? Person, place, or thing. Right, water is a thing. You know that every good sentence has to have a noun and a verb, an action word. What action word do you see in this sentence? The purple jellyfish swims quietly through the water. Swims. That's an action word. It shows movement. I also have a describing word. Do you remember what describing words are called? They usually come right before the noun. Yeah, that's right, adjective. Can you find the adjective in this sentence? The purple jellyfish swims quietly through the water. What kind of jellyfish? A purple jellyfish. Could you change that adjective, that describing word? Could you say oval jellyfish? Transparent jellyfish? That means you can see through it. How about small jellyfish? How about poisonous jellyfish? If you don't want to draw or write a sentence, you can label the parts of the jellyfish to modify. This is the body. It has tentacles and it has arms. Here's another example of a squiggle drawing. Do you see any particular shape? We turned it different ways to see if we could find any particular shape, and we came back to this side. And you know what we found? Ta-da! We found a penguin. And we made a story to go along with this penguin. So listen to this story about Stuart the penguin.
Once there lived a penguin named Stuart. He lived in Antarctica. Sometimes he was made fun of by his neighbors Lola and Jimmy. They called him names because one of his wings was bigger than the other. He was lonely. One day he met a polar bear. Her name was Polly. She did not make fun of him. She played with him and was his new best friend.
So there's a story we made about Stuart the penguin. You remember that good stories have parts to them. Let's take a look at the parts of a story. A story has a title. It has a setting that tells when and where the story took place. We get to meet the characters in the story. And it has a beginning, middle, and end. There's usually a problem in the middle, and the end is where that problem is solved or the solution. What was this character's name? Do you remember where he lived? Do you remember what problem he had? Well, this could be a project that we keep working with. We could make this into a chapter book. We've got the first chapter, Stuart Meets a Friend, and we could go on with another part to the story, chapter 2, Fun on a Snowy Day. We could even write a chapter 3, A Wing is a Funny Thing. So you can do lots of things with your squiggle drawing. Be creative and enjoy that squiggle drawing. Show it to your family. Get your other brothers and sisters to do one. And don't forget, on the county website, hcboe.net is where you can find some activities that the district has put online for you for some more practice. I miss you, and yes, I can.